I like and I fight too. Lightning strikes right on cue. Like right when a storm hits, I set right set. Circumstantial proof. You should go your way, I should try mine. Even though we both reoccurring, keeps coming around. REM cycle, skip night, psycho trip. It's reassuring, you keep coming around. It's tough to find good company. Reoccurring, days blurring. Just because we check the guns at the door doesn't mean our brains will change from hand grenades. You love another psychopath sitting next to you. You love another murderer sitting. Polarizes, taking your disguises, separating them, splitting them up from wrong and right. It's deciding where to die and deciding where to fight. In this house we got feng shui. Get the door to blow you away. Flamethrower, you a switchblade. Feet planted on grip tape with my shoulders squared and my back straight. Got a good bass and a loose tongue. No,
I'm just being dramatic. In fact, I'm only at it again as an addict with a pen who's addicted to the wind as it blows me back and forth, mindless, spineless, and pretend. Of course, I wish I wrote a different song no one's ever heard. I wish my mom would just admit she's sick of every word. Overplayed, overstated was a smash hit. Funny how overplayed songs. If I'm being real, man, don't know how I feel, man. About you sleeping so close to a weapon you conceal, man. Those night terrors are not something to take lightly. I know that it's a risk, saying like a silhouette that you can barely see, as a shadow casts upon the ground where you'll eventually lay forever. But the day goes on, the sun moves behind you. You get taller, a little softer than I used to be. Used to mouth off often with artillery. Now with his cough drops and soft spots in the middle seat. Right this way, chivalry, a tighter space than I used to. We'd get together, I'd ride my bike and my brother would ride his precards and our spokes and make our engine sound like traffic. When using Pokemon cards, please do not use the holographics. So bold. I am a megalodon, oceans feeling like a pond, swimming like a beast underneath, they be clinging on. Meteoric rise in prehistoric times, now that meteor is coming. I am mega. People posted up at the end of your driveway, they're calling for your head and they're calling for your name. I'll bomb down on them, I'm coming through. Do they know I was grown with you? If they hate a smoke, no, I'll go with you. Even if I cook with a pick and the people with a vote, it's a few, the proud and the emotional. Yo, you, bulletproof and black like a funeral. The wonder riders is burning, but we're so cold. I try to say goodbye, defy and deny what it is I'm fearing. Clearly I am dying dearly. I am writing, merely testifying that a test to fly requires I pass the test with colors.
Originated right in front of your eyes. If you can't see, I am Clancy. Prodigal son done running, come up with Josh done. Wanted dead or alive, and now you pick who you serve. You bow to the masses, get where I kept my rebel red. Felt I was invincible, you wrapped around my head. Now different lives I lead, my body lives on lead. The last two lines may read incorrect until said. The lead is terrible and but
please, Mr. Theater Teacher, don't you comprehend that the pretty Mrs. Linden Krogstad are just friends? And old man Dr. Rank must be on the smelly dank. Miss Nora, he likes to spank, and this rhyme is overthank. The horrors of the night melt away under the warm glow of survival of the day. Then we move on, my shadow grows taller along with my fears, and my frame shrinks smaller as night goes near. He's thinking, there's no way I'm headed there. Always sure-footed, educated, and was never scared. Now we can't hold out his hand without it shaking. Hounded by a bunch of dead when the search body found him fresh. Is that a stain? You should change. Are you doing good? Did you solve all of your problems? Thanks for asking in a way, but accidentally uncovered a new one yesterday. What happened to what I brushed under the rug? So the hearse ran out of gas, a passenger person grabbed a map, and the driver inside it contrived a new route to save the past. Checked his watch and grabbed a cab, a beautifully planned taxi cab, a cab. Down the route, I think it's heading south, but I'm not good with directions, and I hide behind my mouth. I'm a pro at imperfections, and I'm best friends with my doubt. And now that my mind's out, and now I hear it clear and loud. Fine, I did not know it was such a violent island, full of tidal waves, suicidal crazed lions. They're trying to eat me, blood running down the chin, and I know that I can fight or I can let the lion win. If you decide to live by what you think's wrong and what's right, believe me, you'll begin to wish you were sleeping. Your weeping will creep in your head and you'll cry. But if we wake up every morning and decide what we believe, what's my problem? Well, I want you to follow me down to the bottom, underneath the insane asylum. Keep your wits about you while you got them, cause your wits are first to go while you're problem solving in my problem. Quickly moving toward the storm, moving forward, torn into pieces over reasons of what these storms are for. I don't understand why everything I adore takes a different form when I squint my eyes. Have you ever done that? He might have made it if he lived on a different street, I repeat, scaled back and isolated. He says he likes an open schedule, but he mostly hates it. If you're running to his room, take a breath before you break in. Come on, throw your hands up if you got the feeling. Jump across the ceiling, mugs, lift a funk flow. Someone's talking junk, yo, I bust him in the eye. And then I take a bump, so feeling, funkin', AMC
of holes that will go where I don't know they are solid ground illusions that write themselves off as perfectly normal solutions. Pollution's in my eyes, my disguise will take me, break me, won't save me this time. There's a vision.
Wake up and I find out, did it change up? Wait, did it change up? Is it light out? Yeah, did it find out? Better walk around the edge of the room in the bed with my arm on face around, better try to breathe, face around.
I'm seeing everything in slow-mo. Look out below, crashing down to the ground, just like a vertigo locomotive. That's a train in my painting the picture that's in my brain. A train from the sky, locomotive, my motive.
I say whatever and whatever that I want. Sip a Capri Sun like it's Dom Perignon. I'm talking tough happily with someone in front of me. Room on the payroll, everyone can live comfortably. I'm coming in hot.
That we have fallen down, we just might be alive and able to prescribe the reason why we cry. It means to an end that we die. Fall just to fly cause we're free cause I know I've seen the end of me. So we need to know that we, cause I don't know if I know, don't wanna come across the wrong way. And I don't know if I know, but I know I wanna see your face today. And somebody told me they saw you cry and break down. Do you know how hard that is to get around?
Remember the moment, you know exactly where you're going, cause the next moment before you know it, time is slow and then it's frozen still. And the windowsill looks really nice, right? You think twice about your life, it probably happens.
I'ma get mine and get going. I'm showing my faces in desolate places. I'm going tiptoeing. I'll stay in my room. My house is the one where the vultures are perched on the roof. Get behind me, I bet it's never to stick my.
Dear friend, here we are again, pretending to understand how you think the world is ending. Sending signals and red flags and waves. It's hard to tell the difference between mud and water these days. I'll pray that one day you see.
It's just right now I got a really crazy mind to clean. Know what I mean? No, I didn't understand a thing you said. If I didn't know better, I guess you're all already dead. Mindless zombies walking around with a limp and a hunch.
On the eve of a day that's forgotten and fake, as the trees they await and the clouds anticipate. The start of a day when we put on our face a mask that portrays that we don't need grace, and the meaning and weight of the day is lost without a trace.
I ponder of something terrifying, cause this time there's no sound to hide behind. I find over the course of our human existence, one thing consists of consistence, and it's that we're all battling fear. Oh dear, I don't know if we know why we're here.
We turned our hands to guns, trading our thumbs for ammunition. I must forewarn you of my disorder or my condition, cause when the sun sets, it upsets what's left of my invested interest, interested, and putting my fingers to my head.
For above is blind belief, and under his sword is sleeve, and around is scientific miracle. Let's pick above and see. For if and when we go above, the question still remains: are we still in love, and is it possible we feel the same?
I should be good at it by now. Very lonely as tonight at times sit still. Somehow I'm trying to picture you in thought, a kingdom I can't find. Fighting grab eternity with this little mind. I think I saw the kingdom gain this feeling I must keep.
How he used to hustle all the people walking through the fairgrounds. He's been around so long, you change his meaning of a chair now. Because a chair now is like a tiny island in the sea of all the people who glide across the very surface I made his.
To send me up and rip you out of your seat. You see, in a city with no entrance, there is not a retreat. I'm wondering what you thought would happen, who you thought I would be. Was this a side swipe, or did you picture this in a dream? Buckle down, this is possible.
Who's he, you ask, is a friend of me, cause my inability, he was sent for me. I hear birds and trees, they're all telling me it's a good thing in one Gethsemane, cause this enemy is too much for me in this question world of triple teaming.
When the comments will always become common motivation to promote your show's next episode, so your brain knows to keep going even though it's far from this moment. But you and I know it gets better when morning finally rears its head together. I don't know, we are not just graffiti on a passing train. I got back what I once bought back in that slide. I won't need to replace this culture. Is a culture of overexposure. Not today, don't feed me to the vultures. I am a vulture who feeds on pain. Sometimes a certain smell will take me back to when I was young. How come I'm never able to identify where it's coming from? I'd make a candle out of it if I ever found it. Try to sell it, never sell out of it. I probably only
into pieces over reasons of what these storms are for. I didn't understand why everything I adore takes a different form when I squint my eyes. Have you ever done that? When you squint your eyes and your eyelashes make it look a little not right, and then when just a I just don't wanna be in so many things and nothing to see. I just wanna sing, I just wanna breathe, I just wanna fly, I just wanna close my eyes. I'm taking the sun and taking the air. I just wanna run and murder my care. I wanna believe that I will be free. In my bed with my head rests on a pillowcase and it's sad that it was red, but I forget it. I let another day go by. I wanna be afraid when I see the leaves as I'm caught underwater and I'm falling further. My heart's getting harder, I'm calling my father.
in my bed with my head rests on a pillowcase and it's sad that it was red, but I forget that I let another day go by. I wanna be afraid, but it seems that these days I'm caught underwater and
I'm falling farther, my heart's getting harder, I'm calling my father in. But it takes a clever guy to do what I do. It takes delivery and well-placed energy to subliminally get yourself inside you. Introspection, the name of the session, spread disaffection, reflected on the next one, the next one, the next one. And when we're done, time off of selfish ambition is taking my vision, my crime is my sentence, repentance is taking commission, it's taking a toll on my soul, I'm screaming submission, and I don't know if I am dying or living, cause I will save face for namesake, abuse grace, take aim. I am committed, dirty crimes that are perfectly form fitted to what I've done and what I'm doing, I'm brewing and losing and spewing and fusing, and believe me, that's what other kids are doing. What kids are doing, they're killing themselves, they feel they have no control of them. They will play a game and say they know what you're going through, and I tried to come up with an artistic way to say they don't know you, and neither do I. So here's a prime example of a stand-up guy who hates what he believes and loves it at the same time. Here's my brother in his head.
What I say when I wanna be enough, what a beautiful day for. I'm making a break for it, we'll find a way to pay for it. Maybe from all the money we made, raise a play stores, mentor race horse and force a sponsor and start a concert, a complete diversion. Start a mob, but you can be.
I wanna be stronger. Too long I've sat here undecidedly planning strategy. Half of me knows it's all just a fallacy, failing miserably drastically, and then I crash dramatically into a wall. I've hit 100 times before, and yet I still ignore the dark red bloodstain.
Too many bullets coming through, metaphorically I'm the man, but literally I don't know what I do. I'd live for you and that's hard to do, even harder to say when you know it's not true, even harder to write when you know that tonight there were people back home will try talking to you.
On the eve of a day that's forgotten and fake of the trees, they wait in close anticipate the start of a day when we put on our face a mess up portrays that we don't need grace. On the eve of a day that is bigger than us, but we open our eyes cause we're told that we must, and the trees are the.
Who would you live in that for on that list? But the problem is, there's another list that exists and no one really wants to think about this. Forget sanity, forget salary, forget vanity, my morality. If you get in between someone I live and me, you're gonna feel the heat of my cavalry. This an imposition in my mind.